Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Quick Scan Mini Training Portal. Today we're going to go through how to use and interpret your results on the Quick Scan Mini timing chart. Now remember that these timing charts are specific to this analyzer, so finding values elsewhere is not going to help us interpret this data produced by the Quick Scan Mini very well. So we're going to want to use this chart in all circumstances to interpret that data and turn it into information that we can use. So in the middle columns here, we have the major stages of just before estrus and through. We'll start with less than 1 is basically being out of cycle. There may be a baseline or a small amount in there in this gray shaded box. However, it doesn't necessarily suggest, even if she is bleeding, that the ovulation process has begun. The next stage that we're looking at is the pink, the LH surge of 2 to 4 nanograms per milliliter. A few days after this happens, we're expecting the number to pretty much rise rapidly unless there's a split heat or ovulation pause. We're likely going to hit ovulation from there and begin to fly up. So once you reach this ovulation range after that in the 5 to 8, we need to confirm that this has occurred. So just because a result may have reached, let's say, a 5.5 in the ovulation range window, it doesn't 100% guarantee that the bitch has ovulated. As we know, all dogs are different, and this ovulation may occur pretty much anywhere in this 5 to 8 range. So once we hit here, we're going to want to test again the following day. We're looking for a number either in 8 to 10, the egg drop and maturation period, or in the fertile range to confirm that has happened. Again, ovulation pauses can leave you remaining in here for a few days, so we're going to want to keep watching this. So once that ovulation has actually occurred, we move into the egg maturation period. You should expect to see that number go above and in the 8 to 10. It may take a day or two, depending on the time that you have done the last test on, before we hit in the fertile range. Now, using this machine, we're going to have a brief window into the fertile range here at 10 to 15, but we're really going to want to know the date and time that the ovulation occurred. So that's why the following test, the following day, or even twice 2 days after, is going to be very, very important to do, because we're going to want to breed naturally 2 to 4 days after the date, the best estimate that the ovulation happened. So on the right corner here, we have an example. So we're going to just walk through that. Result of 6.4 nanograms occurred on the 5th of the month. On the 6th, you retested again as suggested here and in here, and resulted in 8.8 nanograms per milliliter. So that is a confirmation that ovulation has occurred. And we'd want to plan the breeding between the 7th and the 9th, which is going to be 2 to 4 days after the ovulation date. So on the left top bar here, we're going to have the test frequency recommendation. We know you don't want to perform too many tests, but you do need to catch the ovulation and make the best use of the testing without performing too many or too little. So this is our recommendations and how often we think that you should test based on where your result is sitting at. So if you're in the 0 to 2, she could really start at any time if she's already started bleeding, or it appears that she's moving into the cycle. You could probably wait every 3 days. Do it sooner if you wish. And this color is going to correspond to the area of the cycle that she's going to be in. In the pink here, we have the 2 to 4. If you're in the LH surge range, we recommend testing every 1 to 2 days. Ovulation is soon to follow, and this number is bound to jump up should the cycle progress normally. Next, in the red here, if we have the result in the ovulation, kind of like the example showed here, probably going to want to be testing every day, definitely the next day, to confirm or see if she hasn't ovulated yet. You could see something happen where she's at a 5.5. Again, that doesn't prove ovulation. This window is where this is going to happen between these numbers. and the following day be at a 7.8. Now let's say we tested again the next day and then we're at a 10. That meant that yesterday, or the previous day at the 7.8, is the day that the ovulation happened, and not the first day necessarily at the 5.5. So that's basically it. That's how to use the chart. Test beyond 16 nanograms, or using it for surgical inseminations or late fertility. We don't recommend this machine. It's not being sold as use for that. So you're really going to want to capitalize that ovulation date and move forward from there. There will be on the back of this timing chart, you can write in the bitch's name, the date, and the result to help you better track that. If you need more, you can always download this chart and print more. Yeah, so thanks for joining us here at the training portal. If you have further questions, please watch the rest of the videos or reach out to us via email, chat, or phone call. We'll be happy to provide you and help you interpret your results. And thanks again.